this call, you probably want to copy the link and send it to them, okay? This is not a session that you should enjoy alone. All right. So while people are still dropping, keep going, tell us your name and where you're joining us from. I'm just going to get started with who we are at Tenalytics. Another thing that I would like for us to do is I want you to tell me if this is the first time you'll be joining a session with us at Tenalytics. I am Femina from Calgary. Nice to meet you. So if this is the first time you'll be joining us at Tenalytics, I want you to give me a 1. If this is maybe you've joined any of our previous sessions before, drop a 0 for me in the chat. Okay, I'd like to know the people I'll be sharing Coke to today. So if this is the first time you'll be joining, hi Adekunle, nice to meet you once again. Let's keep it going. If this is the first time you'll be joining, welcome, drop a 1 in the chat. If you have joined any of our sessions before, welcome once again, drop a 0 in the chat. All right, so while that is going on, for people that are yet to join, for people that are just joining us, I'm going to be introducing who we are at Tenalytics. All right. All right, who we are and what we do at Tenalytics. Well, we are a global company, a global edtech that is all about helping people of the Black community, people of the global community, actually in general, transition into tech. All right, so what we do is lower the entry barrier in a way that regardless of your background, regardless of what you've done in your past, regardless of your experience level or experience background or what have you, you are able to transition into tech smoothly with little to no hassle, right? Most times than not, with very, very, very minimal hassle. All right. So our service offerings are aimed at building capacity in different tech career paths. That's including data analytics, about 9 programs at the moment, right? Data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, HR analytics, financial analytics, cybersecurity. We are here today for financial analytics. That's like the major part of it, right? So the people that are raking in thousands of dollars every day. So that's what we're here for today. But yeah, we've got Scrum and so on and so forth, and we are basically helping people use data to drive insights and make decisions. And when we are talking about our programs, we're also like hailing our facilitators because they're like big people. They are the good harvest of the crop, if you get what I mean. We have people that are from reputable organizations like Apple, like McKinsey, like Sahara, like Coca-Cola, Google. We've got KPMG, Sarah, like I said earlier, PwC, and so on and so forth, right? So when we are telling you that we are offering you the best, we are not just, mounting it or capping on any level. It's something that is actually very, very legit. Do you understand? And our courses are structured in a way that it's absolutely practical, absolutely hands-on, 100% hands-on, very practical. You're basically, you're going through the classes like you're going through through a real life experience. All right, so it's step by step, practical, project based, and so on, and we ensure that you get absolute optimal value for whatever effort or investment you've put into this courses. So you can follow us on LinkedIn at Tenalytics for more information, more masterclasses, and so on and so forth. We are always giving good information all the time. You can follow us on Twitter at Tenalytics as well. Follow us on Instagram, Tenalytics, or visit our website at tenalytics.org or .io. All right. Now, mid-divisionaires behind Tenalytics. We've got here Adeza Suleiman. If at any point in time you've joined any of our master classes, you would have met Adeza, or our tech series, right? You would have met Adeza Suleiman. He is the founder of Tenalytics, right? He's a data analytics expert. He's, when we're counting like top 10 when it comes to data analytics, we are counting Adeza as well. He has worked as a consultant, data science consultant in UK, US, across Africa, Canada, North America, and so on and so forth. He previously worked with Sarah Group as a data analyst. He also previously worked with FITC as a data analytics consultant, and he has over a decade experience cutting across multiple sectors in data analytics, in the data field in general, and management consulting. He has worked in sports, He has worked in oil and gas, finance, professional services, edtech, and so on and so forth. And Adeza personally has trained over 8,500 participants. He has helped them transition from the classroom into their first role, their first career in tech. So if you want to learn more from Adeza, feel free to follow him on LinkedIn at no cost at Adeza Suleiman, on Twitter as well at Adeza Suleiman, and on Instagram as Adeza Suleiman. Now, meet our co-founder, Ifemina Ipro. Ifemina is the co-founder of Tenalytics. He has worked as a data science and still currently works as a data science contractor in the UK, in the US, across Africa, Canada, North America, name it, anywhere. Should I keep going? All right. So he previously worked in Post Office UK as a business data support lead, right? He has also worked in Teleflex Ireland as a global business systems analyst. He has worked in with DPD Ireland as a business intelligence developer. He has experience in data analytics, data science, cybersecurity, data engineering, power platform. Should I keep going? And he's a data scientist with close to over a decade years of experience, cutting across multiple sectors, finance, oil and gas, edtech, and so on and so forth. Right. And guess what, guys? Ifemina Pro is going to be taking our masterclass today. So if you're here, just know that you're about to learn. You are about to be punched, but not in the face, like in the with a lot of good stuff. All right. So can I get a little commission for Ifemina Ipro before I bring him on board? If you'd like for me to bring Ifemina on board, can I get a little commotion? When I say commotion, like maybe a round of applause, your favorite emoji, whatever it is, just. Or should we close? I'm not getting any commotion. Hi, Ifemina. Over to you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot for that wonderful introduction. I was when you were reading it, I was surprised. Is that me? Is that me you're talking about? Well, it's good to be here, honestly speaking. It's good to be here. It's good to be having another session. I love anytime I have the opportunity to train and to also speak to people that are looking to transition. I'm always very excited about it. Okay, very, very much excited about it. So, Davidola has done justice to my introduction. I'm not going to dwell too much on that. Okay, so essentially, the only thing I'd like to add to introduction is my first data experience, okay, was actually in the finance space, was actually finance. So my first ever gig, my first ever contract, my first ever data experience was in finance. And that's why I love finance so much, okay? So, and good thing is, I won't say good thing, a lot of us on the call currently looking to transition into financial analytics or currently work in finance would have noticed that you don't need, a degree in finance to get started in finance. All right. So I have a degree in economics. I have friends that have degrees in industrial chemistry, physics, that are currently, certified, financial analysts working with top firms across the world. So I'd like to tell you that if currently you don't have a degree in finance and you're looking to transition into financial analytics, this is the right place for you. All right. So I have my degree in economics, don't have any other background, don't have any other certification, just my, the degree in economics, and that's what I use. All right. So my experience has spanned different businesses, different organization, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. All right. So the only key thing I'm going to beg for you I'm going to beg you today is the session is only going to last for, an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours maximum, just maximum of 2 hours, ridiculously 2 hours. So I honestly need 2 hours of your time today. And I'll tell you for free that if you give me that 2 hours, you would have learned a lot from today's session. All right. It is value packed. I am going to be sharing my own life experience, all right, to tell you why there is a demand for financial analytics professional, not just within your local environment, but globally. And I'm going to show you places you could actually apply for remote full-time jobs and so on and so forth. All right. So these are the 5 things we're going to go through today. Okay, like I said, within the next 2 hours, maximum within the next 2 hours. So number 1 is real life application of analytics in finance. All right. finance has changed drastically over the years. All right. So it's no more bookkeeping, it's not just regular accounting. All right. It is now analytics. Okay. And I did a post a couple of days back talking about the demand for analytics in finance. Okay. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about with the real life case study that I've prepared for this session today. All right. I'm also going to talk about the pathway to becoming a financial analyst and securing a job. You learning a new skill doesn't mean that you should just stay within your confines of what you're doing. The whole essence of we adult learning a new skill is to make a better living, to get a better job, to get a better pay. And I'm going to explore all that with you today. So finance is not, it's not, don't say that, oh, I'm learning finance to work in a bank. Okay. All right. It's not just in a bank, you can get a job. Okay. I have friends and I'll explore, I'll show you people that are working remotely, currently living in Nigeria and working remotely with firms in the US, for example. All right. And I'm going to show you places you can actually get these jobs. You can actually work remotely, work in finance. Well, you can't just do the regular finance and hope that you will get a job, working remotely. All right. So that's where analytics comes in. Okay. Because analytics is the language now that has been used in finance. And I'll explain all these things with a real life personal experience. Okay. Now we're also going to talk about remote full-time and tech relocation opportunities. All right. If those are the things that interest you, we'll talk about relocation opportunities for you. We'll also talk about remote full-time. I want to get a remote job. I'm a finance professional. I want to learn financial analytics. I don't want to get a remote job. Is it possible? Absolutely, very possible. I'm in the UK. I want to get a job. I did something in finance in my secondary university. I did my master's in finance. I'm struggling to get a job in the UK, Canada, US, anywhere in the world, this is the platform to be on. Okay. We'd also talk about the Analytics Growth Internship Program, okay, which has been one of the main reasons we've seen quite a number of our participants transition, get jobs, in different regions across the world. So we'll talk more about that, towards the end of the session. And guess what? We have a special offer for the people that wait till the end of the session. Okay, so if you wait till the end of the session, you'll get to hear about the Growth Internship Program. You get to hear about a special offer we have for you, and you get the recording of the session. Okay? So these are the 5 things we're going to do within the next 2 hours. So I just need 2 hours of your time. 2 hours of your time. That's all I need. Honestly speaking, you don't even need to do anything. You don't need to get a piece of paper, a jotter. It just need you to sit down and listen to me. So that's all. Okay? All right. So that's all I need from you today. And those are the things we're going to do today. So let's go jump straight ahead to the masterclass, the practical hands-on practical masterclass. All right. There's something I usually like to say. It always seems impossible until it is done. People tell you, oh, you can get a job remotely, you can get a job, as a financial analyst working for a big tech firm, working for, an FMCG company, whatever the case might be, a consulting company, an investment bank. It always seems impossible. It always seems, daunting, like it's a lot of challenge. Okay. It always seems impossible until somebody else takes up that initiative, okay, and does it. Okay. And I'd like to share some stories, success stories from the guys within our team, people that have gone through the analytics, people that have gone through the training program, financial analytics, and are currently working. All right. And you get to hear what they have to say about the training program and about how they're able to transition. So Chika currently is in the UK. All right. And I mentioned that already. You finish your master's or you're looking to get a job. All right. You've been doing some kind of other, the odd jobs, and you're looking to get into a professional career. Okay. And if financial analytics is what you're looking out for, then this is the right place to be on. So I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm just going to click on Chika's video. Okay. And I would just want you guys to listen to Chika. Okay. Just listen to what he has to say. All right. It's just a few minutes long. It's 5 minutes, but I'll just play the first couple of seconds.
Hello, guys. My name is Chika Onok. I'm here to talk about my journey with analytics and how it assisted me in getting a job here in the UK. Yeah, so it started with when I enrolled or I participated in one of the masterclass sessions of financial analytics during January or February about. And after that masterclass session, I was marveled at what I saw and what was demonstrated. So I decided to like join enroll for the program, which I made decision and paid, and I enrolled for the May cohort, which lasted for about 3 to 4 months. So during this period, I learned advanced Microsoft Excel skills. Like I mean, my advanced Microsoft Excel skills, creation of dashboards, pivot table, Power Query, Excel formulas and functions like XLOOKUP, SUMIFs, IFs, and so many wonderful skills which I've never heard of, which are useful in my career as a financial analyst. And so after the 3 months training period and delivering our project, we enrolled also for a mentorship session whereby we worked on real life projects in different industries, manufacturing industry, the solar industry, and so many industries, which lasted about 1 month. And it was really a powerful session, which was done by the great tutors by Lene Jenas. Yeah, this for me, the outcome of the interview. So I think after that, Talent is also supported by giving me reference, for the job, and the referencing was done after like 3 days, and I got the job, and this is my 3rd week to my new role here in the UK, and I would say Analytics has been a blessing to me because it really gave me that edge, that boost in my career, which has been missing. So I think me making decision to enroll for this financial analytics course in with analytics was one of the best decisions I made for 2023. And I'll say, if you're still doubting yourself, you're still in doubt whether to start, please don't waste me.
Not waste too much time. All right, that's Chika, got a job as a financial analyst in the UK. All right, so you see all the process, like I mentioned earlier. I'm still going to play that of Solomon, but that will be down the line, okay? And we have a ton of other people that have gotten jobs: financial analysts, commercial analysts, financial planning analysis. There are quite a number of other roles: investment banking and all that, fraud analyst. So you see all these things, all right, always seems impossible. It seems like, oh, it feels so far away from home. It feels so far away from you because you don't know Chika. You feel like Chika probably has an advantage. Hence the reason why I was able to get a job. And the only advantage Chika has is the fact that he went to Analytics. To be honest with you, the only difference between you and Chika, the only difference between you and Solomon is the fact that they went through a structured learning program, which we offer here at Analytics, okay? And we have a bouquet of other services that we render that give him an edge in getting the job that he's looking for. So it always seems impossible until somebody else does it, but somebody else goes ahead and gets it done. All right, so let's get started, okay? So I'm talking about financial analytics, real life example, real life. Just the same way you are currently on your bed or you're currently on a chair, whatever the case is. This is a real life example. So currently, when Damnola was doing an introduction about myself, so currently I do more contract positions in the UK and the US, and also now in Canada. All right. Now, what does the contractor do? Basically, it's short-term contracts whereby the business is having a particular issue. Okay, they are facing a particular issue, a very specific problem. All right, and they need somebody to come in short-term to solve that problem for them. All right, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it could be 9 months, it could be a year, whatever the case might be. All right, that's what. So a specific problem. We are not this particular thing. We need to get it done. Come and help us to do it. So that's what I do currently, cutting across data analytics, data science, and now data engineering also. So looking at this here, this business, obviously the name of the business has been modified. This is not the actual business, okay? But every other thing that's about the case is an actual business in the UK. So this company was going through a challenge, and I'm going to explain the challenge now. All right. So the name of the business is Purple Energy. Like I said, it's not the real name. All right. Purple Energy is the name of the business. So they're an energy company, okay, and they operate in 5 major cities in the UK. They operate in London, Edinburgh, Liverpool, Birmingham, and Manchester. So those are like the 5 major locations that they have office located. Okay, London, Edinburgh, Liverpool, Birmingham, and Manchester. All right. Now, one of the major reasons they needed somebody to come in to work on their system was because of reporting, financial reporting. Okay, so they currently have issues reporting budget and actuals. Okay, budget and actuals within all the 5 locations. Okay, so obviously at the start of the month, there's a budget for, okay, HR, this is what you're going to be spending. IT, this is what the budget, the budget, okay, that they'll be spending in that department, and other departments across all the 5 regions. All right. But they had an issue reporting, doing this report. And I'll explain the reason why there was an issue. So, all right, and I'm going to explain this using visual representation. Okay. So currently, the current process before I joined the organization, this was how they were creating their budget versus actual. Okay, how much did you budget? How much was budgeted at the start of the month? And at the end of the month, what was the total spend? What did you spend? Okay, so you budgeted 10,000. At the end of the month, you spent 12,000. It means that you went 2,000 above the budget. The management team needs to see that you are spending more than you budgeted. If you spent less, they also need to see that you spent less. So basically, they just want accountability. They want to see transparency, that they want to see that, oh, whatever we budgeted was what we did. Or what we budgeted, you went above or below. So those are the kind of things that they want to see. All right. Now, the current process is like this. And tell me if this is efficient, okay? And I'll tell you for free that majority of the businesses across the world are currently doing reports like this. You see what I'm talking about. So currently I said there are 5 locations, okay? So I'm just going to draw a box here. 1. These are all 5 locations. I'm just going to draw all boxes, okay? And the last one, okay? So let's say this is London, LDN, Edinburgh, we say ADH, all right? Liverpool, okay? Manchester, last but not the least is Birmingham, Birmingham. Okay. So they had a finance team. In London. So London was the HQ. They had an HQ in London. All right. They had HQ. So these guys are the finance team. Okay. All right. So how they currently build their report? How they currently build this report? The current process of how they build the budget versus actual reports was basically a very manual process, whereby the London team would need to send their information via email. Okay, they send it via email. Okay, so the London will send it via email to the finance team. The Edinburgh team will send it via email also to the finance team. Liverpool would do the same thing, send it via email. Manchester will do the same, send it via email. Birmingham will do the same thing, send it via email. All right. So now this email, there was no specific way of what it should look like. So, some departments would send their own in PDF. Some will send it in Excel format. Some will send it in what other formats? Text. Okay. Some will just write it in the body of the email. Okay. All right. Some will just type it in the body of the email and send it to the finance team. And you see, there were other ways people also sent it. Okay. All right. Some people will just take a snip, a picture, a snip. All right. And send it to the guys in finance. All right. So you see this finance team. All right. They lacked something. Okay. They lacked analytical skills. All right. So these guys, analytics, they lacked analytics. So this finance team, they know accounting. Some of them were chartered accountants. Some of them were, core finance professional, decade of experience, wealth of experience. All right. But you see this finance team, in order for them to prepare I'll call it the B&A reports, B&A budget and actual reports. Okay. It took them 3 days to build these reports. And that's because it is manual. All right. So at the end of every month, towards the end of every month, a communication is sent out to all the teams in London, Birmingham, Edinburgh, Liverpool, and Manchester. All right. Please send in your report, send in your numbers for the month. All right. So you see people will send in the PDF. Some people will send Excel. Some people will send text. Some people will send pictures. Some people will send body. And it was so scattered. Okay. It was so scattered. All right. So that, when they now send all these things in, that is when the finance team will start to create the report. All right. So on average, it takes about 3 days. Sometimes it takes about 5 days from the discussion that I had done. It took about 3 days, sometimes 5 days, depending on the volume of transaction that particular month. All right. So it was frustrating. And that's not the only frustrating part. Okay. You see, when these guys finish creating the reports, all right, when they finish creating the reports, okay, they will send it to the management team. All right, they will send it to the management team. Okay. Now, this management team, okay, all right, they will not start to do a little bit of, they want to make decision. They want to make decision, okay, based on that report. Oh, this department, you're spending too much. You need to reduce your expenses. Oh, this department, you are doing too much. How are you able to, spend this amount of money? And so many other issues like that. Okay, they wanted to make decision. But they found out that the numbers, okay, that these guys, the finance team, they were reporting, the numbers they were reporting was not matching with the numbers from each of the branches. Okay, we're not matching from each of the branches. There was no match. So London will say we did 5,000. The report will say you did 3,500. Okay, and you will see that the current process is not optimal enough. It's not optimal enough because they're sending me via email, PDF, Excel. So, small things slip through the cracks. So say that, okay, and people make mistakes. When humans are involved with something, there's likelihood that there will be a mistake somewhere. So looking at this particular process, I want to ask you guys, did you think it is optimal enough? What do you think about this process? Do you think if it's good, put a 1, if it is bad, put a 0 in the chart? Let me see. This is the current process, okay? So currently, do you think this is good? Okay, bad, 0. I can see all the zeros in the chart. Okay, that's good. All right. So this is obviously this is not currently not a great process, all right? Because it's very manual. Imagine you are in the finance team, okay, and you are receiving about almost 40 emails, all right? All right, you are receiving about 40 emails of numbers, PDF, Excel, text, body, and other types of pictures and all that people are sending to you. Now you have to not manually start looking at each of those emails to extract the numbers from the email. So the current process was not optimal. But like I said, even though these guys in finance had good finance skills, they had finance experience, they chartered accountants, they were, financial analysts with good experiences and so on. But like I mentioned, they lacked analytical skills, analytics. Okay, and that's where financial analytics comes in. All right. So I talked about the problem, data discrepancy and inconsistency. All right. If the management team sees that, oh, what did you do last month? There is no way you can check what you did last month. All right. Lack of real-time analysis. Okay. So it's always at the end of the month. You have to wait till the end of the month before you get the report, before you get to see what was happening. You have to wait till the end of the month. All right. So there was no time, there was no hour you could do real-time analysis, daily analysis to find out, okay, what's happening today? What was the budget versus actual for today? What was it yesterday? And so on. There was no time, there was no, real-time analysis that could be done based on the reporting process, current reporting process, time-consuming reporting. So it took time. Like I said, it took an average of 3 days, sometimes 5 days, depending on the volume of transactions, in order for them to build that report. That is done once every month. It happens only once in a month. Well, it takes about 3 to 5 days for them to create a report. Okay, all right, and it happens just once in a month. So within that week, you hear, people say, I know, some people in your department will be like, oh, this is our busy period. This is our busy period. We have a lot of reports to build, and that's because of how manual processes are. Okay, how manual the reporting processes would be like. Okay, and that's why people will say that, oh, I'm stressed with work. I'm spending 5 hours. I'm spending 8 hours trying to build a report. things can be automated. Anything that can be automated should be automated. That is where analytical skills comes in. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. So the solution I built was using these tools: Google Forms, Google Sheets, and Power BI. And this solution, these tools, these three tools, Google Forms, Google Sheets, and Power BI, fully automated the reporting process. Fully automated, like fully automated to the extent that you don't need to build any report anymore. All right, fully automated, refreshes in the morning and in the evening by itself. You don't even need to, there's no manual intervention. Like when I say no manual intervention, it means that no human, once the report was created, there was no need for any human to create any reports anymore. Okay. And I'll show you the process of how I did it. Okay. Now, this is Google Forms, Google Sheet, and Power BI. This organization wasn't using Google. They used Microsoft. Okay. They were on Teams. So for this organization, they used Microsoft. I used Microsoft Forms. I used Microsoft Excel and Power BI. All right. But this is more easily acceptable. This is more easily, how would I put it? This is more easily accessible, all right, for anybody looking to create the same solution that I wanted to create, or hence the reason why I'm using Google. So you could use Google and you could also use Microsoft, all right? So if your organization currently uses Microsoft, okay, let's even test, let me see. All right, in your organization, do you use Microsoft? If you're using Microsoft in your office, you type MS in the chat. If you're using Google, you just put a G in the chat. Let me see the people. Let me say Microsoft versus Google. All right. So quite a number of people. Okay, yes. 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is good. Okay, Microsoft is leading now. Okay. All right. Oh, fantastic. Okay, MS, Google, quite a number. I think most offices are using Microsoft or Google, like majority of the. So if you're using Microsoft, you have access to similar tools. So you have Microsoft Forms that you could use, and you have what? Microsoft Excel, okay, and you have Power BI. All right. For the guys using Google, okay, you have Google Forms, you have Google Sheets, and you have Power BI. All right. So if you want to build your own solution, okay, in Microsoft, and you need my help, fine. You could always reach out to me on my LinkedIn, LinkedIn, Instagram, or all my socials are on the first page. You can always reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you out. Okay. So essentially, this particular process, I use Google Forms, Google Sheet, and Power BI, fully automated, no human intervention, zero human intervention. Now explain how I was able to do this. All right. And I'll use the same visual representation. Okay. So I mentioned there were 5 locations, or there are 5 locations. This energy company had 5 locations scattered across the UK. All right. 5 locations scattered across the UK. I mentioned them as what? London, Edinburgh, okay, Liverpool, Manchester, and Birmingham. Okay. All right. So what I did was I created a Google form. Okay. I created a Google form, one form. Okay. One Google form. So this is my Google form. I will call it Google. All right. Google form. Okay. Now, this Google form, I sent it to all the branches. Okay. Sent it to all the branches. Don't send me email. I don't want to see any email from you. Okay. Don't send me any email. So I've eliminated that. Send me email. Send email to the finance team. Don't send any email anymore. Okay. If you want to put in your numbers, use the Google form. So all these guys would put in their numbers in the Google form. All of them. If you need to report, all right, please put your numbers inside the Google form. Put it inside the Google form. All right. Now, after that, once they put in their numbers, the numbers automatically goes into the Google Sheets. Goes into the Google, all right, Google Sheets. Okay. So once they put in their numbers inside the Google form, they fill the form, it goes into the Google Sheets, okay? And then the Google Sheet is connected to the main analytical tool, which is Power BI, okay? All right, Power BI. Now, Power BI, all right, would now do what? Would now be used to create a dashboard, okay? All right, will be used to create a dashboard that would automatically update by itself, auto update, okay, by itself every day, 2 times in a day, one in the morning and the other one in the evening, okay? And I'll explain the whole process. So this is now what I did. So the old system that existed before of, send an email to the finance team with your numbers, they don't exist anymore. So London, whenever you want to, whenever at any point in time during the month, you don't have to wait till the end of the month to put in your numbers. At any time, once you want to put in the numbers, please put in your numbers, okay? All right. So put in the numbers on the Google form, okay? It gets extended into the Google Sheets, okay? And what happens? Power BI is connected to the Google Sheets, and that is how we build the report. All right. So let me show you the form. Let me show you how the form looks like. Okay. Let me show you how the form looks like. All right. So give me a second. Just going to show you the form. All right. So this is how the form looks like. This is the form. Okay. And I'm going to share the form with you. So you see exactly where we are. So when downloader asks the question, where are you currently based at the moment? Are you in the UK? Are you in Canada? Are you in Nigeria? Are you in Kenya? People said they're in Ghana, Sierra Leone. Everybody is, from different parts of the world. So you see, I'm going to send the link to you and you will fill the link and you see the entire process of how the analytical solution works, okay? Real time. And like I said, this is a real life scenario of how analytics is used within the finance department. All right. So this is the form, okay? And you see it's a regular form that anybody can create, okay? So what department team? So you see that different department. It could be the marketing department, it could be the sales department, HR, IT, finance, operations, logistics, customer service, and so on. All right. So you would select. So if currently you want to put in the numbers for, like for example, HR, or let's say HR, okay? All right. You select HR, date of submission. I'll put in today's date. I'll just select today's date so that we can easily track it. Okay, today's date. Budget category, let's say office supplies, okay? What was the budget amount? Let's say I did, let's say $35,000, 35,000, all right? 35,000 location, let's say Manchester, okay? How much did you spend? We spent 40,000, 40,900. Okay, so we went above the target, the budget. Okay, all right. So this is them putting the numbers. This is the HR team. Okay, HR. All right, for office supplies on the 15th of February. Okay, the budget was 35,000 in the Manchester office, and we spent 40,900. All they have to do is submit. All right. So with this submission, all right, it feeds directly into the Google Sheets. All right, directly into the Google Sheet and see it here. All right, this is it here. This is 15:02. Around what? I'm currently based in Canada, so you see my time is 12:39. So it will be 8:39, for example, in Nigeria. Okay, so department HR. This was the date I selected as date of submission. Office supplies, 35,000. Location was Manchester, and amount spent was 40,900. So I budgeted 35,000 and spent 40,900. You see, there is no need anymore for me to be receiving emails from all the team members. All right, from HR, from IT, customer service, logistics, customer service. I don't need to receive an email. If you want to submit your budget and actual for that particular month, please use the Google form to put it in. The moment they put it in the Google Forms, it gets extended into the Google Sheets immediately, automatically, automated. It's not manual that I'll have to go and copy and paste it. Every time somebody fills a form, it automatically updates the Google Sheets. Now, the interesting part, let me now show you the Power BI, okay? Let me show you the Power BI file that I created for this particular report. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. Now, this is the report. Now, what do you guys think of this report? All right, what do you guys think about this so far? Okay, looking at the aesthetic, looking at the design, what do you guys think about this? Quickly, in one word, just put it in the chat. All right, so this was that was built for the organization, connected directly to the Google Sheets. I'll show you how to connect to Google Sheets in a few seconds, okay? So now the great, beautiful, great, simplified, and beautiful, fantastic, nice. All right, those are very good ones. Thank you very much. All right. So now let's go straight. How do we automate this? So, like I said, if you want to put in your information, once you want to put in your data, your budget reports, budget and actuals, what do? You put it in, all right? It gets extended to Google Sheets. It gets saved automatically in Google Sheets. Now, I want to pull this data, okay? I want to pull this data from the Excel sheets into Power BI. So I want to connect Power BI to the Google Sheets. What do? So Power BI is a very powerful tool, okay? Very, very powerful and versatile tool, okay? So I'm going to click on Get Data. You see Get Data over here. On the Home tab, you have Get Data. I'm going to click on More, because this is not enough for me. I'm going to click on More for Power BI to give me more options. So it's not only Google Sheets you can connect to, okay? You can connect to quite a number of services and applications, okay? All right, you can connect to an Excel workbook. So like I said, for the guys using Microsoft, okay? For the guys using Microsoft Suites, okay? So you have Microsoft Forms, you have Microsoft Excel, and you use Power BI. So you can connect to Excel, okay? And that's for the guys using Microsoft, you could just connect to Excel and do your stuff, all right? All right. For the guys using SharePoint, if you have SharePoint, if you're using Microsoft in your office, you would also get to work with SharePoint. You could also connect directly to a SharePoint list or a SharePoint folder or whatever the case might be. If you're working with database in your organization, if it's a database, SQL database, Oracle database, MySQL, Postgres database, SAP, all right, and Amazon, Google Cloud Studio, Google Cloud Platform, all right, and so on and so forth. Quite a number of database architecture that you can connect to. You can connect to Azure Database Factory. You can connect to, it's a lot of places you can connect to. But today, we're not connecting to database. We're not connecting to an application. We're just connecting directly to Google Sheets. All right, Google Sheets. So I'll just search for Google Sheets where it might get data. And you see here, get data, Google Sheets. All right. And I'm going to click on Connect. Now you see it's asking for the Google Sheet URL. So all you need to do is just go back to the Google Sheet and copy the URL. That's all, this URL, this link here. All right. This is what we call the URL. Copy it. All right. Copy. Let's copy. All right. And come here to paste it. So you see, with this singular process, you would be able to connect directly to the Google Sheet. You'll be able to connect directly to the Google Sheet. Okay. Now, what makes this interesting is it gets updated. Okay. So currently, I showed you, I just imputed a new set of numbers. So you can see the trend of spend. All right. So now it's easy for the management team, okay, to see, oh, the total budget across all the regions, all the 5 regions, the total budget was 2.7 million. All right. The total actual was 2.74. This is 2.763. This is 2.741. All right. The total variance across all the 5 locations, okay, is in positive. You see the green arrow pointing upwards, telling you that, everybody, when you look at the whole, all the regions at a glance, okay, they are doing below the budget. Okay, they're doing below the budget by $21,000, 21,000 pounds. Okay. So it's good. But now I can also see these variants. I can also see the variants by department. So now I can see clearly that customer service, you guys are spending more than the budget. So the budget for 265,000, okay, but they spent 279,000. All right. They spent 279,000 pounds. So there's a variance of 13,000. So if they want to escalate, all right, if the management team want to find out why did the customer service team, spend so much money in the last couple of months, all right, they can all definitely investigate, okay? And I could also see the HR also HR also is spending, a tad bit more than their budget. So their deficit currently is about £466. Okay. And also for the guys in sales, they're also spending more than their budget. So you see, at a glance, all right, at a glance, they can actually see what is happening. They can see what's happening across all the region. So even across all the regions, you see the positive, the bigger the circle, the bigger the surplus. Okay. So you see in Edinburgh, all right, Edinburgh has 30,000. In terms of variance, it is 30,000. It means that there is no variance. They are not spending above their budget. So if I click on Edinburgh, for example, you see everything will filter to Edinburgh. Okay, so let me click on Edinburgh. Okay. Now you see for Edinburgh, the total budget is £838,000, but they are spending 807. So they have a variance of 30,000. It means that they are doing below their budget. So they budgeted for 838,000, but the total actual, what they actually spent was 807. So they're doing below their budget, which is fine, which is great, which is fantastic. All right, that's exactly what they want. Okay. But in Edinburgh, also, you have some departments that are doing above their budget. Okay, so in Edinburgh department, in Edinburgh as a team, as a branch, once I click on Edinburgh, you see that the finance team is spending above their budget, human resources is spending above their budget, and sales is spending above their budget. In another region, it might be another department entirely. Okay, so you see for Manchester, once I click on Manchester, all right, total budget is 471,000. Total actual is 463,000. Variance is 7,000. It's in positive. It is green, which means they are spending less than their money. Okay. All right. But now I can see customer service also is spending above their budget. Marketing is spending above their budget, and also sales is spending a huge chunk above their budget also. So you see, it is easy. You see, with the previous process, okay, with the previous process, it was difficult. It was impossible, not even difficult. It was impossible for the management team to see reporting across all the regions at a glance. Not just send me the numbers via email, send me the numbers. No, not that. This is management looking at the reports, covering all the regions at a glance. They can see it, they can click, they can interact, they can talk, they can do more, all right, with this. Okay, so you can see also total spend. Okay, so if I click on, say, Manchester, all right, I could look at, okay, sorry, let me look at London, for example. All right, London has a deficit of 11,000. So London is spending more money than their budget. All right. So the budget is for 5,549,000, but the total actual is 5,061. So the deficit is about £11,000. So you're spending above their budget. Okay. And I can see the main culprit here is customer service. I can see it's customer service that is spending the most money. So we might need to find out the reasons, escalate to find out customer service or the head of customer service. Can you explain these numbers? Can you explain why you're spending over 9,000, pounds above your budget? All right. And that's where they now start to, explain and shalaye and all those things. Okay. And human resources also spend about 4,000 above their budget. IT spent about 2,000 plus above their budget. But this is just the London office. Birmingham, the same thing, and so on and so forth. But you see, this is where analytics comes in. This is the beauty of analytics. So now the whole essence of this is we don't need to wait to the end of the month to see the report. They don't need to wait to the end of the month to see this report. It is updated every single day. Do you guys want to see how you can update your reports every single day? If you want to see this, drop a one in the chat. Let me see. If you want to see how to update this report by itself every single day, by itself. And when I say no human intervention, zero human intervention. So immediately this report was created, okay, there was no need for another person to come and start, click here to refresh, click here to do this one, click here, no clicking. It is fully updated by itself. So let me show you how to do it. All right. So this is Power BI Desktop. Okay, this is Power BI Desktop. So to create your reports, this kind of reports, you build it in Power BI Desktop, like I have showed you. Okay, like you've seen it now. All right. So this particular Power BI is connected to Google Sheets. Okay. We also have, I'm going to share that screen, Power BI service. So this is Power BI service. This is loading at the moment. So this is Power BI service. Okay. So this is on the browser. This is online. Okay. This is currently online. This is the internet. This is my browser. All right. So what I will need to do once I finish creating my report, once I created the report and it looks very good, okay, I'll click on publish. Okay. I would save it and I'll publish it to Power BI service, to the online. Okay. So once it is online, I can automate it. Once I get it to Power BI service, I can easily automate the report. All right. So I'll click on my workspace and I'll click on select, and I'm just going to replace it. Okay, because I'm showing you the process. So I'm currently publishing to Power BI service, which is this online. Okay, so you see workspace, all right? My workspace, all right? So this is all free of charge. It's free. Power BI is free. You don't need to pay any subscription for Power BI, nothing at all, okay? So you see publishing to Power BI successful, and I'm going to click on got it, okay? Fantastic. So now currently this report, so this is it here. I'm just going to refresh the page to ensure I have the latest one. All right. So you see budget versus actual. This is the report here. All right. Budget versus actual. That's the name of the report. Budget versus actuals. Okay. See it here. So I'm going to click on this. Power BI service is free, but if you want some additional features, you will need to pay for it, but it's free of charge. So currently this my own is free. All right. This one I'm using currently on this call is the free version I'm using for the call. All right. So now this is Power BI service. So you see, it used to exist in Power BI desktop, but I've published it and currently it is in Power BI service. So this is the online version. Now with this online version, it makes it easy for you to share your reports. So, before with this finance thing, what they do is they send it as email. Okay, they do a presentation and they send it as email to all the management team. So kindly find attached. Kindly find attached. Okay, kindly find attached. And you see all those things. It's easy for you to. Anytime you need to access it again, what would happen? You will need to go to your email to search for it in order for you to download it again and have access to it. Okay, but with Power BI service, you can easily share. Okay, you can share a link. Okay, you can share it as a link. You can share it as an email. It will go into your email as a link, and you can click on the link and view it. You see it here. People in your organization with the link can view and share the reports. Okay. So if you're using Teams, okay, Microsoft, guys working in Microsoft, working with Microsoft Suite, you could also share on Teams. All right. And also you can add it to a PowerPoint presentation, and it will also be interactive once you put it on your PowerPoint presentation. So you see the entire process. All right. But this is not where I'm going to. I'm talking about the automation process. I want to talk about the automation. So you see budget and actuals. Okay. So you see this one here. This is the data set. Okay. This is the data. This is the Google Sheet. Just assume this is the Google Sheet. Okay. All right. So you see here, you have schedule refresh. Schedule. I don't know. Some people say schedule. I call it schedule. Some people is schedule. Whatever works for you. All right. So schedule refresh. I'm going to click on that. Okay. And now to refresh the data, all right, you see I have refresh. Okay. To refresh the data, I have refresh. I'm going to click the drop down. Okay. And you see I can refresh daily or I can refresh weekly. Okay. Daily or weekly. So I want to refresh every day. Okay. So I want to refresh first thing in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, before when people are just coming to work, refresh so that whenever you're looking at it, you're looking at the most recent, budget and actual reports. So 8 o'clock every morning, refresh every day, daily, refresh it every single day. Also, before we close from work around, let's say 4 p.m., around 4 p.m., I want you to also refresh. So before the end of the day, okay, if you want to take a look at it before the close of business, so you can see that, oh, this was the number I saw last night. This is the number for this morning. You can do a bit of comparison, or if you see something that is, worth complaining about or escalating about, you can do that before the close of business. All right. So it's going to run 8 o'clock in the morning before work starts. And it's also going to run 4 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon, just before we close from work. So once I click on apply, it applies it, and you see your updates refreshes schedules based on the changes applied. All right. And those are the things that you see there. So now, no human intervention. There is zero human intervention with this report I have built. So once I send the link out, all right, let me just go back to my budget, my dashboard. So once I share this, okay, copy the link and I share with management team, or I send it to their teams and I tag it on their teams page. All right. Every day, I don't need to go to this report to refresh it by myself. The report is automated by itself, refreshing and done all the things it needs to do. So you see, this was the solution I built for this organization. Okay, this was the solution I built for this organization. And you see, it's not just about having finance. Okay, it's not just having finance. It's about having analytics, because data is not anything. Data should be your purview. You should know how to convert those numbers into insights. And that's exactly what we've seen here. So quickly, let me share, let me see. I'm just going to do something interesting. I'm going to get the link to the form, and I'm going to share with you guys so we can see it in real time, how this thing works. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm just going to post the link on the chat, and I want you guys to fill the form. Okay. Fill the form, put in the form there, fill in the form. All right. And you see, let me just paste. This is the last one. This is the one I filled. So I'm just going to paint it red. So you see how everything is working in real time. All right. So I'm just going to paint it maybe less color of red. Okay, yeah, this is better. So this is currently the last one I did, human resources, office supplies. So I'm going to send it to the charts now, and I want you guys to fill in your own forms. And you'll see how this thing is updated by itself. You'll see how everything is updated by itself. All right, so I want you guys to fill in the form, fill in your form, fill in your own budget and actuals. Let me see. Fill in your own budget and actuals. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Fill in your own budget and actuals, and let's see what's happening. I know some people love budget padding. I don't know if you guys know what budget padding is. Okay. I haven't gotten anybody filling the form yet, but let's see. Let me see. All right. I can see somebody filling now. Marketing. I can see marketing. Okay. So this is it here. Okay. I can see somebody did marketing just now. Okay. So this was 15th. See 15th here. Marketing. Another person just did for IT. Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I want more. More. If you want to fill multiple times, feel free to fill in multiple times. Okay. So a lot of people are doing IT. Why IT? All right. Human resources, finance. Okay. I can see sales, office supplies. You see there, office supplies, training and development, office supplies, professional services, which is good. Miscellaneous, training and development. Oh, fantastic. Everybody's putting it in. And you can see it is updating by itself. So as you guys are filling the form, it is coming into the Google Forms, Google Sheets, by itself. It's updated by itself. So there's no human intervention. At least you can see this by your own side, by yourself. All right. But currently, let me show you, let me go to the Power BI. Let me show you the Power BI. Okay, all right. So you can hold on that. Let me show you the Power BI so you can see exactly what we're talking about. So you see, as you guys are filling the form, you can see how it is extending downwards. You can see how everything is coming in by itself. Okay, no human intervention. All right, you are the one. You're the only the human filling the form. That's the only manual part. You have to fill the form. Okay, so now taking it into Power BI, I'm just going to click on for now because I've automated it online. Okay, but remember that I only did 8 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the evening. Okay, to refresh. So obviously it's not time for refresh, but I can manually do it also. All right, and this is it here. So you see, they click the refresh button, refresh. I'll just click on refresh. So what it's going to do is going to go to the Google Sheet, extract the data, and fill in the form. So you see it here now. A lot of people selected today, hence the reason why you see a big sheet 8.8 million, 8 million pounds. Okay, so it was 2 million before, now it is 8 million. 8 million. Total actuals 8.5 million. All right. I'm going to click on February. All right. Let me click on February. Let me see what you guys are. Let me see what you guys are looking for. What you guys are selecting. So now you guys just selected. Majority of you, I'm sure you guys selected February. Let me just look at it. Let me take a look at it. So you see, submission was February. Okay, this person did June. All right. So just one June, February. Somebody did March, but everybody, most people did February. Okay. So now I want to click on February to see what you guys did for February. Okay. So I've clicked on February. So everything now has been filtered to February. So budget was 5.3 million. Okay. Total budget for all the people that filled the form just now was 5.3 million. Then 5.8 million actuals. So there's a deficit of 554,000. So you see, majority of you selected finance. Let's see. You see finance, okay? Let's take a look at the numbers. Let's take a look at the data itself. Okay, you see finance. I can see finance across almost all the list that you see here. All right. So you see that's another insight. You see, majority selected finance. Now you can see, okay, in the finance department, there's a deficit of 754,000. Which kind of budget padding? What kind of budget padding are you guys doing? Okay. All right. So you see, it's filling this by itself, and I can see majority of you selected finance, and obviously you're spending more than your budget. So you budgeted for 1.3, you're spending 2.055. Okay. All right. And you see, majority of you selected miscellaneous expenses. Miscellaneous. You guys do not spend money on office supplies, professional services, miscellaneous. All right. Things around the office. That's what you guys selected. All right. So for Jaye, the chop life, that's what you guys selected. All right, which is interesting. But you see how analytics became, has been able for me to deduce this in real time. Okay, what you guys were selected. Okay, I can even go ahead to select finance. Okay, so February in finance, what were you guys? So now for finance, it is training and development. Okay, so majority of you selected training and development. Let's take a look at it. I'd like to show you in real time. Okay, so you see finance, training and development. All right, let's take a look at this. Finance, training and development, 500,000, spent 600,000. Finance again, training and development. All right, and you see majority of people selected training and development. So you see how in real time you can use analytics to deduce, to decode, to investigate. That's the whole business. That's what analytics is all about. Financial analytics. Using financial data, okay, all right, turning financial data into insights. That's the long and short of it all. Okay. So you see this, like when I was talking about the organization I was talking about earlier, they had a finance team, they had a finance team, they had a team. They have people that are chartered accountants. All right. But what separated me from these guys in finance, them bringing me in as a contractor to say that, oh, this is the current process. All right, this is the current problem, analytical problem that we have within the organization, and you come and help us. Okay, help us. And this is what I devised for them. And you see, and this was not just the only project I worked on for them. There were a ton of other ones that I worked with, the financing to solve. But this is the one I feel like you will resonate better with. Okay, yeah, you will resonate a lot with. All right, so somebody is saying that if it's still possible to bypass the form and go straight to the sheets, collect the type of information, e.g. collect petty cash expenses. To bypass the form. So you don't want people to fill the form. You just want to go straight to the sheet. You could do that, okay? You could actually do that, but the problem you will need to use what we call drop downs, okay? Validation, because people can write in anything that they want, okay? So instead of writing customer service in full, for example, some people can write CS, and that would give you a lot of data discrepancy. The reason why the form is there is, the reason why we're using the form is marketing is marketing. Once you select marketing, it is marketing that would appear on the form, on the Google Sheet. Some people will come and start writing MRKT, market, okay? Somebody for sales, we just put sale. Some people come and write sales. Some people write sales and marketing, all right? So to avoid all those kind of mistake, okay? To avoid all those kind of errors in imputation, data collection, data imputation, it's better you use a form. So once people select on sales, you know it is sales. Once somebody clicks on operation, you know it is operations. All right. So that's the reason why we're using a form. But if you want to use just the Google Sheet alone, you will need to use what we call validation. So let me see if I can, let me see data, and you see data validation. So if I come here, I click here, all right, and I would save, insert, so data, sorry, validation. Okay, I can add a rule, okay, and I can say drop down, obviously drop down, and I can say sales. All right, this one marketing. Okay, and let's say HR. Okay, so for sales, let's I give it a red color, marketing, I give it a yellow color, HR, I give it a brown color. Okay, so that's it. I'll click on done. So now, if I'm doing this manually, so I will tell the team that whenever you want to fill the form, come to this sheet and select. So I can select sales, okay? I can select marketing, I can select HR, and so on and so forth. And that's just the way it works. So you would need to take out time to design your own sheet so that people don't put in whatever, they don't put in whatever they want to put in, okay? All right, just to ensure that you have clean data coming in. That's the reason why we are using a form, so that we know at every point in time, once you fill the form, your data is clean and ready for use. All right. So those are the things that you can do. Okay. And that's exactly what we built. Now, one exciting thing also is, and let me show you guys this. Let me show you this. Okay. One exciting thing also is we define with this organization, with this same organization, Purple Energy. Okay. All right, there is what we call barrier, information barrier, okay? In the sense that the team in London, okay, the team in London should not know what the guys in Edinburgh are doing. The guys in Manchester should not see the numbers for the guys in Birmingham. So you see, every department, every region should only see the information about their region, okay? Every region should only see information about their region. Only the management team should have full access to the report. Okay? All right. So the guys in London should not be looking at the guys in Edinburgh and say that these people spent 5 million last month while we are managing 30,000. Do you understand? So you need to create, you need to create security around your data. Okay, you need to create level, what we call level security. So meaning that the guys in London should not see the information in any other region apart from London. The guys in Birmingham should not see the data from any other region apart from Birmingham. Like I said, the only people that should see the information of every region should be only the guys, the management team, just the CEO, the CFO, the heads of department, and so on. Okay. So now that's what Power BI also makes it interesting. With the previous process that was designed, you couldn't do that. You are preparing, if you had to do that, you would need to create a separate report for London, you create a separate report for Edinburgh, you create a separate report for Liverpool. You see how stressful that would be. All right. But with this solution that we've built now, very simple. All I will do is I'll come to modeling, I will manage roles. You see, I'll click on manage role. Okay. Now I would add a new role. Okay. And let's say I'll create one for London. Okay. For the London team. Okay. London team. And I would say London team. Okay. I would, okay. For London team, I would add a rule. I would add a rule and I would say if location is equals to London. Okay. So now with this particular rule, okay, the London team will only see London information. The London team will only see London information. So I'll click on save. Okay. All right. Okay. I can add another one. I can add another role. And let's say this time around, I would add Liverpool team. Okay. Liverpool team. Okay. All right. So Liverpool team now, I would add another rule to say that if the location is equals to Liverpool. All right. And I'll click on save. All right. So I have two rules in there. the guys in Liverpool, if I want to do for all 5 of them, I'll do for all 5 of them in that same manner. Okay, and I'll close this. Now, when I say view as, let's see, I want to show you what the guys in London will see when I share the reports with them. Okay, I'll click on London team and I'll click on OK. So you see now viewing as London team. So the London team now would only see London information. They won't see Edinburgh, they won't see Manchester, they won't see Liverpool, they would only see the London team. Okay, all right. So I could also, let me say, view as Liverpool team, for example, click on Liverpool team and I'll click on OK. And you see now, this is just Liverpool. It's just showing me information about Liverpool. As simple as that. So now it's easy for you to share this report with different departments, different units, and you can keep, adding security measures. So if somebody is not supposed to see some kind of information, all right, you can infuse it that the person will not see that information. All right. So you see, this is where analytics comes in. And a lot of organizations don't know these things even exist in the first place. All right. That's where we contractors, that is where you, as a financial analytics professional, that's where they need you. That's the demand that they need you. How can you come in to make sense of our data, financial data, and transform it into this kind of solution, analytical solution? And that's exactly what we are talking about. So you can add more rules, you can add more roles, you can add more rules, filter data, and so on to ensure that you get it done. All right, so I'll stop viewing. Once I click on stop viewing, you see now I can see everything across all the 5 branches at a glance. All right. So if you've learned something new today, guys, if you've enjoyed the whole process of our discussion, all right, and you feel like it is impactful enough for you, put a 1 in the chat. Let me hear from you. Let me see. Let me see the guys that are following me today. All right. Ola, Christian, okay. Glory, Bukola, Day. All right. Omolola, Olushola, Blessing, Ngozi, Feintola. All right, fantastic. I love these guys. This is the reason why we're doing this. All right, so you can learn. You can always learn something new every time. You can learn something new every single time. And this is a solution. All right. And this is why financial analytics is important. So it's not just about learning finance anymore. Yes, you still need to have financial skills. You need to have financial, literacy and all that. All right. So basically, that's it. And that's where I will lead you to financial analytics, where data meets finance. So it's not just you learning finance, income statement, and all that. It's also you building a solution around it, automation around your reports and all that, using analytics to solve financial problems within the organization. All right. So the financial analytics training program is 100% online, just the same way you're in your convenient environment. Okay. And you can learn at your own pace. It's 100% online. Hands-on practical session. So like the case study we worked on today, I walked you through the case study. All right. Well, in real time, you would actually build these solutions by yourself, with your own hands. Okay. And you'll be able to develop and deploy these solutions by yourself. So it's hands-on practical sessions with a live instructor like myself that will be putting you through the sessions itself. Another good part of it is lifetime access to the materials, to the experts that are going to be working with you. Now, for the financial analytics training program, you get 16 classes with over 40 topics. Now, look at what we did in the past 1 hour, okay? In the past 1 hour. Now, imagine you having 16 classes cutting across different aspects of financial analytics, what you would learn from that particular class, all right? The average salary of a financial analyst in the UK is £42,000. That's the average salary of a financial analyst in the UK. You would add over 6 projects to your portfolio, 100% job prospect visibility. I will work with you. We will work with you to show you where you can get jobs. All right. And ensure that after you finish your interview, you would get the job that you're looking for. And even during this call, I'll show you where you can actually get remote jobs. And you'll see the salaries and you'll see the opportunities for financial analysts. Not even data analysts, not data scientists, financial analysts. A lot of people think that financial analysts are not, it's just financial analysts. Let me just get a job in the bank. Okay. All right. Well, you see, there are tons of opportunity, remote opportunity, by the way. And I'll show you. Don't worry. Okay. industry relevant certification. So you get a certificate upon completing the training program. And the training program is for 2 months, okay? And you get 1 month free virtual internship. 1 month free virtual internship. All right. Now, this is what you will learn, okay? This is what you will learn. Problem solving, okay? So you start first with problem solving. You move Microsoft Excel to Power BI to SQL. So you see, you are going to learn analytics. You will learn data analytics like a data analyst. All right. So you learn problem solving, you will learn Microsoft Excel, you learn Power BI, you will learn SQL. So regardless of any way you find yourself, you can do the work of a data analyst. You would be able to do the work of a data analyst. All right. But now what makes you different is the other side of what you will learn. Okay. So from accounting fundamentals all the way to scenario analysis and sensitivity analysis. So you start with accounting fundamentals because you're going into finance. You need to learn the fundamentals of accounting. All right. You learn fundamentals of accounting. It's all fun because it's all practical. It's not just talking. Okay. It's real life examples, real life scenarios of accounting fundamentals and all that. Then you move into financial modeling. All right. You see, this is a key skill of a financial analyst, a financial analytics professional. Financial modeling is essential. All right. And I will show you some job postings and you'll see why it's very essential in those job posts. All right. Financial analysis is now where you start to use Excel and Power BI to analyze financial data. Okay. So now at this point in time, you learn Excel for data analysis, data visualization, data reporting, and so on. All right. You'll do the same thing with Power BI for analysis, visualization, reporting, and so on. For different kinds of, you will learn data analytics, all right, using HR, using finance. So at this point in time, at this early stage, it's more of a data generalist. So you can use data to solve any kind of business problem, logistics, to supply chain, to whatever the case might be. Now, what makes this now unique is you will now come here when you talk about financial analysis, financial modeling, you will now be using these tools, Excel, Power BI, to analyze, to build financial model, and also to analyze financial data. Okay? Then you also do valuation, analytics, use analytics to build valuation models, and last but not the least, scenario and sensitivity analysis. So businesses, when we talk about scenario analysis, for example, is based off 3 categories: best case, base case, and worst case scenario. For every organization, they want to know what will be their financial projection. All right. If everything goes well, base case. If everything is fantastic, best case scenario. If everything doesn't go well, worst case scenario. They want to see those numbers. They want to see it in real time. So you see, this is the learning curve of the financial analytics professional, starting from problem solving to Excel, to Power BI, to SQL, to accounting fundamentals, to financial modeling, financial analysis, valuation, and scenario and sensitivity analysis. All right. So that's the learning curve. That's what you will learn for the next, 2 months. This is what you will learn. All right. Now, everything together, combined together, you get to fantastic learning experience. So you have the live classes and you also have virtual internship. Now you have virtual instructor-led classes. So like what we did today, or like I mentioned earlier, it will be more hands-on practical. So you would be building this kind of solution by yourself, using real life experience. So like I mentioned earlier, the case study we looked at today was a live case study. It was my own personal experience. But what have I done? I have turned it into a case study for us to learn. Now, there is no way a recruiter is going to ask you a question around, oh, tell me about a time you used analytics to solve a problem. That you cannot talk about, yes, I built a case, I worked on a case study, or I worked on a project that involved an energy company in the UK. All right. And this was the situation. Their currently reporting process was not sufficient enough. And I came in as a financial analytics professional to build this solution using Google Sheets, Google Forms, and Power BI. From this particular thing, I was able to eliminate reporting timeline from 3 days to fully automated without any human intervention using Power BI service. You see, that's an experience. And that's what recruiters are looking for. They are looking for how you can tell them about your experience. So you're going to be working on projects of sorts. This is just one of so many other projects that you will get to work on. All right. And you can talk about the situation, you can talk about the task you perform, the actions and the result from your analysis. Okay. So these are the things that you will do. Classes are on the weekends. Okay. You have Saturday live classes, and you have on Sunday, you are given what we call Watch Me Do It videos. The Watch Me Do It videos are practical based classes that allows you to practice by yourself and also gets you to practice, get you the hands-on experience that you're looking for. All right. So the classes are like that, are structured in that manner. Saturdays are for live classes, Sunday for more self-paced classes where you can sit down by yourself, rewind, fast forward, work on a detailed project end to end, and that increases your capacity to learn and so on. All right. Now, a lot of people think that, oh, I'm learning financial analytics. It means that I can only work as a financial analyst. That's absolutely wrong. All right. So, as a financial analytics professional, you can work as a financial analyst, you can work as an investment banker, you can work as a commercial analyst, you can work as a data analyst, you can work as a cost analyst, business analyst in a finance department, you can work as a financial planning and analysis analyst, you can work as a treasury analyst, and so there's so many other ones. All right. So these are just a few names that you could resonate with that you would have seen in the job market. All right. So why should you trade with analytics? You've experienced the last 1 hour, the past 1 hour, 30 minutes, now almost 30 minutes. All right, I said I'm taking those 2 hours, so it remains 30 minutes for me. Why should you trade with us? Why should you trade with analytics? It's a key question you need to ask yourself. All right, and I'll answer this question based on our achievement in 2023. So last year, 2023, we helped 850 plus people transition into their desired career paths. Okay, 850 plus people. Now, these are people with no prior experience because that's what is indicated there. From classroom into their first job. From classroom to their first job. 850 people, no prior experience, no prior skill sets, learned it through data analytics and be able to get their jobs in tech across the UK, US, Canada, Europe, and Asia, and also in Africa, across Africa also. All right. So 850 people, no prior experience. So we also add people, okay, that are not part of these numbers that had prior experience. They were working as business analysts and they were looking to upskill themselves to get a job in another department like financial analytics, for example. All right. Or we had data analysts looking to learn data science to get a job as data scientists. We had people that were doing HR and were looking to get into finance and were able to get a job and so on. So we had people that had, experience, but we didn't take that into consideration because that would deter some of you to say that, oh, this person has experience working as a data analyst. That's why he's able to get a job as a data scientist. Oh, this person has been working as a business analyst. Hence the reason why the person can work as a financial analyst. You see, people make those kind of rationale. So now, but when I tell you that 850 plus people from classroom to getting a job, you would likely feel like, okay, do you know what? I want to hear more. And I'm going to share that story with you. Hence the reason why, earlier on, I told you about Chika. Chika also is one of the people I was talking about from classroom to getting a fresh job as a financial analyst. So now, why should you train with us? Very simple, 5 reasons. Up-to-date curriculum. You see the curriculum I shared with you? You can't get it any other place. From learning analytics to learning financial analysis, financial modeling, scenario analysis, up to the curriculum. You also get to work with AI. You also get to work with ChatGPT, all right, for analytics, for financial analysis, and all that. Okay. Industry experts with hands-on experience. Okay. So you're going to work with people like myself, people that have a wealth of experience developing this kind of solution. And you'll use that solution as your own personal work experience. All right. So I came today to share an experience with an energy company. All right. Another person can call me to say that, oh, this is my experience working in an FMCG organization. This is my experience working with a consulting organization, and so on and so forth. So you're going to be working with people with hands-on experience. Blended training delivery to accommodate everyone. The key question we're trying to answer with the blended training, is how do we get people that are slow learners and fast learners to be in the same class? Some people are fast learners, some people are slow learners. Some people they need to practice 2-3 times before they assimilate. Some people, immediately you are talking, they are sinking it in immediately. Now, how do you keep those two people in class? All right. It's going to be very difficult, isn't it? But now, what we have done is we have designed a solution around that. So we have the blended training delivery of live classes. So we have the live classes, okay? All right, plus what we call watch me do it videos. Watch me do it videos. So we have the live classes, which are also recorded. All right, so even if you're a slow learner, you can always go back to the recording to rewatch it as many times as possible. We also have accompanying watch me do it videos. Like the name says, watch me do it. So as you are watching the person do it, okay, as you're watching the instructor doing it, you are also replicating the same thing. So if it's this kind of solution that was built, you would also build your own solution end to end. All right. So it gives you that it gives you the power to learn at your own pace. Okay, make your own errors, learn from your errors, and so on and so forth. So you see, those are exactly what we're talking about. Additional employability services. Okay, so I'll talk more about that in the next few seconds. Internship designed to simulate real work environment. So looking at what you did today, the project that you did today is a live experience. The internship is more immersive in the sense that no training wheels anymore. All right. With these live classes, you have an instructor that will tell you the solution and all that. But during the internship, you'll be the one to build the solutions of a real life experience. Okay. So once you combine all this together, you become an industry relevant, tech professional. Okay. So how do we now position you for success? How do we ensure that you get a job upon completing the training program? Level 1, okay, CV review would help you revamp, okay, not even just review your CV, we'll revamp it because the simple reason, okay, two things actually. First, you are moving from one career to the next, okay? So whatever your experience was before, okay, is likely not going to be relevant in this new role you are going into. So, and that's the reason why I call it a revamp. So I don't have experience and I'm trying to get a job as a financial analyst. How do I leverage my previous experience to give me an edge? That's what we'll do for you. Secondly, we would also make your CV ATS compliant. All right, we'll make your CV ATS compliant in the sense that when you're applying for certain jobs, all right, certain keywords should be in your CV. If you don't have those things in your CV, the moment you apply, you are getting an instant rejection email. You are getting an instant rejection email. So to reduce that rejection email, what do? We also help you optimize your web, you optimize your CV to be ATS compliant. So whenever you apply for a job, you are getting more feedbacks than rejection email. Would also help you with your LinkedIn profile, optimize your LinkedIn profile, to help you gain access to a wide pool of recruiters that are looking for similar roles. Okay. So LinkedIn optimization works like search engine optimization. So, when you go on Google and you search for something, you're expecting Google to give you the best results. So that's why most times you're always on the first page. Okay. I think they said only about 7 or 10% always go to the second page. So if the result is not in the first page, forget about it. It's not part of it. Okay. So now the key thing is, how do we get recruiters whenever they search for financial analysts, for example, why your profile should appear? Your profile should be recommended by LinkedIn to say that this is a top professional in this particular industry. All right. So that's what we're going to do for you. LinkedIn optimization. Optimize your LinkedIn profile. That gives you more visibility. All right. To the eyes of the recruiters. Also, Upwork optimization. Let me just show you this. I like to show practical things. I like to show you real life application of all these things. Okay. So I'm just going to go to Upwork. Okay. I'm just bring my browser here and I'm going to type in Upwork. Okay. So just going to bring this in. And this is Upwork. Find the best freelance job. So regardless of anywhere you are in the world, you can actually get gigs and work freelance and get to earn in dollars. All right. So I'm just going to go to F. Okay. And you see it here, you have what? Financial analyst, okay? All right. So you have financial modeler over here. So financial writer, but that's not the key thing is financial analyst and financial modeler. So you can click on financial analyst and you see, financial analysis jobs that you could actually take on. Okay. All right. And also the same thing with financial modeler. All right. Where you can build financial model for businesses across the world. All right. So, business plan and financial modeler, this is $1,000 for this particular one. It was posted just a day ago. All right. This is seeking trader for strategic investment opportunity, Argos modeling. So this one is Web3 developer, financial advisor. All right. And you can say financial statement and not a specialist. And these are all paid in dollars in foreign currency. You can always earn in foreign currency. But like I mentioned, it's not just finance you could also do. You could also work as a data analyst. So it means that you could also get jobs, gigs, okay, freelance opportunity as a data analytics freelancer, data scraper, database data analyst, data cleaning analyst, data entry specialist, and so on and so forth. So there are quite a number of things that you could actually do working freelance as a financial analytics professional. Okay, so we'll do that for you. We'll help you optimize your Upwork profile, navigating the job market. Okay, where do you get remote jobs? Where do you get full-time jobs? Where do you get all these opportunities? We'll show you how to navigate the job market. Another part of it is, most people think that once they learn financial analytics, it is only financial analysts they can do. There are also other jobs you can actually work on. The next one is job and interview preparation. Okay, so for job and interview preparation, would help you once you have a good CV, you have a good LinkedIn profile, you know how to navigate the job market, you will get interviews. There is no way you will get interviews. So once you get those interviews, we help you, we'll prep you for those interviews. Okay, so we do job interview preparation. We have mock sessions. We give you questions that will likely come out based on our experience, and that will prepare you for the interview. All right. So once you go for the interview, we prep you essentially to ensure that you go and bamboozle them, okay, during the interview process. Okay. Last but not the least, recommendation and reference letter. So whenever, being the fact that you're coming from a different field. So say, for example, you're coming from customer service, all right, and you're working with a bank as a customer service representative, okay, and you get a job as a financial analyst and they're looking for recommendation or reference letter, you can't use your previous experience working at a customer service. Okay, so where we come in is you can claim work experience from us, okay, from Tenalytics during the duration of the training program. You can claim work experience and we can write you a recommendation letter to say that, oh, this person, let's say Adedeji is a worker, is a consultant with Analytics, and these are the things that the person has done. All right, and we can write those recommendation and reference letter. It feels very minute, it feels very small, it's small add-on, but I'll tell you for free that has been one of the major reasons we have a lot of people getting their jobs. It's very simple. Majority of these recruiters outside the country want to see that uh you're not a liar, okay? And the best way for them to do that is to get a recommendation letter from your place of work, okay, from where you've worked. And that's where we come in to stand in for you. A lot of people are looking to transition and are finding it difficult to transition is because nobody can stand in for them. And that's the reason why you see them asking for free internship. Okay, even though I don't pay me, so I can work with you for free. Do you understand? Those are the things you would have to succumb to because you want to break into the industry. But that's what we're doing for you at no cost. We'll review your CV, optimize your LinkedIn profile, your Upwork profile. We'll teach you how to navigate the job market. I'm going to show you something just now in the next few minutes. All right. And also interview preparation. We'll prepare you for the interview. Last but not the least, write your recommendation letter. All right. Now, level 2 is weekly mentorship session. So you need mentorship. You need mentorship when you're trying to break into a particular career. So either from advanced financial analysts working with a wealth of experience with top, investment banks or, FMCG, e-commerce, they are coming in to come and mentor you. All right. So if you're in the UK, you'll get mentors from the UK, you'll get mentors from Canada, from the US to to tell you how you can also get into the industry and actionable steps you could actually take. Now, last but not the least is on-the-job support. Would also help you on the job. So once you get a job and you feel like you need training wheels, essentially, would help you, would assist you during the process of your, onboarding process. So if there's any task that was given to you that is a bit too challenging, would help you work it out. Okay. Now, for 2024, the main mantra for us this year has always been, how can we get more Africans into the tech space? And what we are doing this year differently is to guarantee interviews. All right. So if you're in the UK, you're in the US, you're in Canada, you're in all these regions across the world, and you're looking to get a job this year, one thing we're guaranteeing this year is interviews. All right. So we're guaranteeing you that you will get interviews 1 month after completing the training program. And I'll show you how we are able to guarantee job interviews. Number one is the body mentorship session, okay? Body mentorship hub, where we are, like I mentioned, 2020, we did over 500 people. Then 2022, we did over 500 people. 2023, we did over 800 people. 2021, we also had like a huge number. 2020 also, we had a huge number of people getting jobs. So over the years, we have had a cumulative of over 2,000 people that have gotten jobs at different parts of the world. Now, these people are coming back to see how they can help new entrants like yourself get these jobs. People like Chica, people like Solomon, people like, there are quite a number of them that I'm going to share with you. So they want to come back to see how they can hold new entrants into getting their first job in the tech space. All right, especially like the financial analytics I've talked about today. So we also talked about number two is enhanced internship experience. So for this year, you'll be working on more relevant industry-led projects. All right, that will give you that life experience on how to create financial solutions. So you can use that as a leverage. You can use that as your experience in getting started as a financial analyst. Now, how do we guarantee you interviews this year? Okay, so we have secured partnerships with top recruitment firms. We are still working on some, but we secured, partnerships with top recruitment firms in the UK, in Canada, and in the US. All right. So if you have friends, family in the UK, US, Canada that are looking to get a job in the finance or in the tech space, this is what we are doing differently this year. So we have secure partnership with these organizations, and essentially, all right, whenever they get, placement, whenever they get opportunities, and they're always getting opportunities, all right, to recruit for data analysts, financial analysts, any form of the training programs that we mentor you on. All right, we offer them recommendation. We offer our students our recommendations to this job post. So we secured some with, some partnership with Ace Recruitment, Robert Avinaj, Michael Page, Adeco, Manpower, Conferry, Kelly Services, Tech Systems, and so many other that we're still looking to have, partnership with. So these are the things that we're doing differently this year to see how we can get more. The more opportunities you have, the more interviews you have, the more interviews you have, the more likelihood you will get a job. All right. So on average, people that get jobs, 5 interviews before they can get their jobs. Okay. And that's what we're trying to see how we can reduce it to see that, these organizations know what our quality in terms of our training program is. All right. They know the quality of our output and they know how to pass that message across to the recruiting organization. And these are the things that we have infused into the training program to ensure that we will get you what you're looking for, which is your desired job opportunity. So quickly, in 2 seconds, I'm going to show you freelance to work remotely, fully remotely. Take, for example, I want to get a job in the US. I will just search for built-in. All right, built-in. All right, built-in is one of the best platforms to get remote jobs in the US. Okay, so I'm going to go to builtin.com. Just go to built-in. Built-in. You see it here, built-in. Click on explore tech jobs. Explore remote tech job. Clearly, it's written there. Explore remote tech jobs. I'm going to click on that. Okay. All right. Now, the keyword I'm going to look for is financial analyst. Okay. And you see it here. Okay. So this here is an associate project finance analyst, associate project financial analyst. Okay, all right. And you see, you posted yesterday, senior financial analyst yesterday, these are all remote tech jobs. So you see, when people tell you that finance is not tech, please, you need to knock them on the head. This is fully remote tech jobs that are, financial analytics. What makes this role, tech inclined is because of the analytics. So the fact that you can build a solution using analytics as a financial professional is what makes it unique. Not everybody can apply for these roles, okay? Not everybody can apply for these roles. I'm just going to take a look at some of them, one of them, okay? All right. So you see, this is looking for a financial analyst work closely with the senior finance manager and accounting team to provide data-driven analysis and update monthly reports. Now, it's not every financial analyst that can do this. It's not every. How do you build a data-driven analysis, okay, and update monthly reports? All right. So you see it here, contribute to 5-year forecasting, in which you would learn. That's where you will learn your financial modeling, you will learn your financial analysis, you will learn all these things. Okay. Also assist in annual budget processes. We talked about budget and actuals today. You would also play a key role in all these kind of things. And this is just one of the roles that you can apply to. Employer provided salary is $60,000 to $80,000 annually. That's the salary for this particular role. All right. So the role is in Los Angeles. This is fully remote, like fully remote roles. All right. That's all they do here. All right. So you can see all the other financial analyst roles, and these roles are being updated almost every day. Okay. So you see there also, so you see this one also, all right, your expertise will extend to automated routine tasks through Google Apps script, Python, and also contributed to forecasting accuracy and budgeting preparation. So you see this also broad understanding of financial reporting systems, okay, actively participate in strategic development, various analysis, monthly actuals. And you see what we did today. You see why I talk about real life experience and how you can leverage it in the job. So now, if you go through analytics and you work on a project like this, you work on a project like what we did today, which is budget versus actual. If the recruiter asks you questions around how have you built a solution, all right, around budgeting, okay, you can easily just say that, oh, yes, I've worked on a project with an energy company based in the UK. I have 5 branches across the UK, one in London, one in Birmingham, one in Edinburgh, Liverpool, and Manchester. All right. And this was the current process. And this is how, when I came in, this is how so it's, even though it's something that you learned through me, you can leverage it as your own personal experience to get in this job. Okay. Like I mentioned, you get to work with SQL. So you see, leverage database management systems to ensure accurate and efficient handling of financial data. So this is what makes you different from every other financial analyst. So it's not just, I want to go and learn accounting. I want to go and learn this. So you see a number of roles that are still available for grab. So this FP&A, financial planning and analysis, okay? And you see these are jobs that are available, all right? So you see this, develop complex dynamic financial models. We'll teach you all this, all right? Generate metrics for business to measure growth. And this is just one of the platforms where you can actually get job, one of the platforms. You also have Glassdoor, all right? You have Glassdoor, all right? You have Glassdoor, all right? And you also get remote jobs from Glassdoor. Go to jobs, okay? Search for the jobs. You have a ton of jobs here for you. Search for the jobs and select remote, and you'll see all the opportunity there. Another very good place for you to get all this is LinkedIn. All right. LinkedIn is a powerful place for you to explore to get this kind of opportunity. All right. I'm just going to minimize all this. All right. So you see, this is one of our students posted about 30 minutes ago. This is Analytics. And you see currently is doing a report on churn analysis, customer churn analysis. This is a participant. I'm thrilled to share a recent project I've worked on. Top is a telecommunication service provider facing a critical challenge of customer churn due to rapidly evolving technology landscape. And you see, there is a business case around it. There is an analysis that he has done, and his key findings: competitors excel in providing superior services to combat churn, top is to prioritize enhancing customer service. You see, all these are data-driven analysis. All right, and this is it. You can see him tagging 10 analytics. Shukuras is one of the experts that you're going to be working with, Mohammed Suleiman, and so on and so forth. And those are some of the people. You see, these are another person here. Not to brag about our people, anyways, but you see, these are the things that you get to work on. Real life scenarios. All right, real life examples, real life projects from real experiences. Now, jobs, I'm just going to look at, financial analysts. All right, financial analyst. Okay, financial analyst. Sorry, RST there. Okay, and I'm going to be looking at North Canada. Okay, if you're looking at Canada, that's fine. All right, you're looking at fully remote roles. All right, and you can look at that and you see all the work. This is GitLab. All right, this is financial analyst also in Ontario. This is per hour. This is a contract position. So any role that you see that they're paying per hour is a contract position. And you see, let's see how many months. Okay, see, this role is a 12-month term contract, okay, and reports to the manager of financial reporting. So basically, this is exactly what you'll be doing, okay? So let's just take a look at this. Monthly reconciliation, monthly billing to external entities, assist in treasury function, cash flow analysis, and all that. So you see quite a number of roles. Once you finish in Canada, you can always go to the United States. All right. All right, do the same thing. Remote jobs, these are all remote jobs. Financial planning analysis, internship, remote. This is a remote job currently. All right, receiving application. So these are senior financial analyst 2. And you see all these things here. All right, these are the things that you will get to learn and get you an advantage. Now you notice that all through this time that we're talking about this, you don't hear anything about certification. All right, you could check out all these roles. Yeah, some of them will require you to have some maybe chartered accountant, CPA, or whatever it is for a very senior role. Okay, but the key thing is getting started. For you to get started, for you to get a job as a financial analyst, you don't need certification. To get a job, you don't need any certification. Take a look at this one here. Bachelor's degree, exceptional spreadsheet skills, Excel on Google Sheets. All right. With experience in creating financial dashboards and models. Okay. Excellent communication, business partner experience, working directly with teams to drive and all those things. So you see, all these things are misconceptions that people have at the back of their mind. Oh, I need certificates. Oh, I need this. Oh, I need that. I need this to get a job. So you see, there are a ton of jobs out there that you could actually apply to. All right. You have a good CV, you have a good LinkedIn profile, you have a good brand around yourself, you will get a job. Okay. Now let's jump straight into it. Some people are already sending me DMs about how do we get started. I've showed you at least, I didn't show you just one place. I showed you about 4 places actually with Upwork, if I count Upwork, for you to get gigs. All right, to get opportunity to work as a financial analyst. So these are also some other places. I've showed you LinkedIn, I've showed you Built-in, I've showed you Glassdoor, your Upwork. You could also use Indeed, Wellfound, Remote.co, and there are a ton of other ones that you need to pay access to get access to. All right. So global demand of tech professionals across the world. Canada currently is running a program for tech professionals. And I think that's the fastest way. I think that is the fastest way to get into Canada. And you only need 6 months of experience to get started, to take advantage of the global tech talent stream. Okay? Global talent stream program. Sorry, I don't know where it came from. All right. So that requires you to only have 6 months of experience in order for you to get a job. UK has the global talent visa. Germany has the blue card scheme. Singapore has the tech pass program. Australia has the global talent visa. France has the Fresh Tech Visa program. Ireland, which I also was a part of this, I was able to get this while I was working in Ireland, was a global critical skills employment permits program. Okay, so these are opportunities that you can latch into, okay, as an individual with tech skills. Okay, so if you're looking to relocate to Canada, the US, Germany, these are also tech pathways for you to relocate if that's what you're looking for. If you want to work remotely and earn in dollars in Nigeria or in Africa or even in the UK, in Canada. So while I was in the UK, I was working for firms in the US already. Okay, even before I've never been to the US. Okay, so but I worked with firms in the US. Now I'm in Canada. I still work with some companies in the UK, companies in the US, and now getting to work with companies in Canada. So these are the kind of opportunities that you get. I work fully remote. I've not been to any office space in the past, 2, 3 years now. All right. So join our next course starting on the 2nd of March 2024. 2nd of March 2024. All right. Now, like I mentioned earlier, it always seems impossible. All this looks good. If a man it looks fantastic. But you see, it always looks good. It always looks impossible until somebody else does it. So I'm going to play Solomon quickly. So you'll see Solomon's video is a very quick video. So you see Solomon talking about his own personal experience. All right.
Hello, my name is Ilodigbe Solomon. I'm currently a financial analyst with Kegos Group. I've grown from, say, infancy to being a full-time professional under the guide of Tenalytics. I dare say that the facilitators did a thorough job in equipping us with the skill needed out there, and the community is such a great one to belong to. My journey with Tenalytics has been amazing. I've moved from literally novice to I would say advanced level at this point. I know I still have a lot to learn, but it's been nothing short of amazing all the way to this point. I really recommend the program any day, anytime.
All right, fantastic. You see this? These are the things that we try to tell you that you can actually do it. As long as you put your mind to it and we go ahead, okay? We go ahead to do it, all right? You will be able to achieve it. You have a support system around you that will get you started. Those are the things that you will get to. All right, so the training program started on the 22nd of March 2024. The full amount is $750 or £625. But now, guess what? Like mentioned earlier, we have a special offer for you. So we are currently running the early bird discount for people looking to get it started. Okay. So we have a discount for the first 20 people, no more than the first 20 people. We have a discount running for the first 20 people to register. Okay, first 20 people to register. Now, this discount allows you, so rather than you paying $750 or £625 or 900,000 naira, you could actually pay the discounted amount. So the discounted amount is $600, okay, all right, in which you can pay in 2 installments, which allows you to pay in 2 installments of $450 and $150. So you can pay the first installment. This is what you need to pay now to secure your space. Okay, this is all you need to pay now to secure space. So for the guys in Canada, for the guys in the UK or anywhere in Europe, you will need to pay £500. All right, in which you can pay in 2 installments of £375 and £125. All right, and that's exactly what you need to do. For the first payment, this will secure your position in the training program. All right. So the good thing about this is all you need to do is select the link, all right, the main start link. Up where is asking about the fee in Canadian dollars. So once you click on the link, it's going to take you to the payment page, all right, the Tenalytics Enrollment Center, all right. So all you need to do to make payments now, guys, okay, is so like I mentioned earlier, the discounted amount is only available for the first 20 people. All right. The first payment is what you need to pay to secure your position. The second payment comes 1 month. Okay, 1 month after 1 month into the training program. So it comes after 1 month into the training program. So all you need to pay now is $450 or £375 equivalent. Like I mentioned earlier, all you need to do to make payment is to click on the main start link in the chat. So go to the chat, you will see the link there. Click on the link, it will take you to this page, all right? And that's where we are going to make payments. So essentially, all you need to do is scroll down to where you have, initial and full payment, all right? And all you need to do is click on financial analytics. All you need to do is click on financial analytics. So once you click on financial analytics, it takes you to this page, to a new page for you to make your payments. Bear in mind that it's only available for the first 20 people to make payments. All right. So you see, this is showing in pounds at this point in time. In your own local currency, it's going to show you your local currency. It's going to show you your local currency. So if you're in Nigeria, it will show you Naira. If you're in Canada, it will show you Canadian dollars. If you're in France, it will show you euros, and so on and so forth. So these are the things that you will see. So once you click on the link, you will get access to that particular information. All right. Now, if you want to see the full brochure for the training program, all right. So once you click on the link, once you get access to all the program brochure, click on the link. All right. And it will give you access to the full program brochure. All right. So you see financial analytics over here. I'm going to double click on it for people that want to see what we would learn. Okay. So you see financial analytics infused of data analytics and investment banking. So you're getting best of both worlds. Data analytics, you can work as a data analyst, you could also work as a financial analyst, giving you a wide spectrum of roles that you can apply to. All right. So what do you want? Do you want to understand the financial position of any company, analyze financial statement, develop sound financial planning and forecasting skills, improve financial decision, build financial models, perform company evaluation, and so on? The financial analytics program is for you. So you see, it gives you a detailed breakdown of the financial analysis training program, financial analytics training program. Okay, like I mentioned, you learn problem solving, you learn Excel, you learn Power BI, financial analysis, accounting fundamental, SQL, financial modeling, valuation, scenario, and sensitivity analysis. So you see, we have a full detailed run through of what you've been learning in each of the topics that we talked about. So it's very detailed, very elaborate on all the things that you've been learning during the training program. All right. So once you do that, you can take a look at it. You have access to it. So all you need to do to get access to the brochure is click on the link. All right, click on the link in the chat. That is the mainstack.store/enroll10analytics. Once you click on that, you click on get access to all program brochures and you will get access to it here. Double click, or you could actually just download and you have access to it at any point in time. All right. So March 2024 prices, you see all the prices of all our programs in there. Okay, so for the guys asking for it in Canadian dollars, you see the discounted amount is 900 Canadian dollars, and you can pay in 2 installments of 600 and 300 Canadian dollars. All right. So moving on to, once you want to make your payment, click on the link. All right, it takes you to this. I'm just going to do it one more time so you can see. So once you scroll down, all right, you will see financial analytics. Click on it. All right, it's going to take you straight to the page where you can make payments. All right, so like I mentioned, if you're in Canada, it will show you Canadian dollars. If you are in Nigeria, it will show you Naira. If you are in whatever part of the world, you could actually put it in there. All right, so currently it's telling me £500, which is the full amount, I need to pay. All right. Well, currently, all I need to secure my discount is £375, £375. So what I'll do now is I'll change this to, I can pay £300. I can actually still pay £300. All right. The key thing is, if you pay £300, you know that you have to balance £75 before the training program starts. The reason why I'm saying you could do this is because you need to secure your discount. We are only giving discount to the first 20 people to register. Now, a lot of people would say, a lot of people have come back to say that, oh, they need more slots and they are unable to get it. And the painful thing is you will need to pay the full amount. So rather than you paying 600 or £500, you will need to pay $750 or £625 in full, no instrumental payment. So, and that's the reason why I'm saying that this discount is only available for the first 20 people. And I encourage you to at least make a security deposit to secure your space, to say that, oh, I don't have up to £375 today, all right? But I have £250, for example. The minimum you can pay is £250. But I have £250 today to take advantage of the discounts. You can actually make that payment. The only thing is you will need to complete that amount before the start of the training program. Before the start of the training program. So for this one, you need to balance £125 in order for you to get started on the 2nd of March, 2024. So these are the things you will need to do. So, but the easiest way for you to make payment, I've showed you. All right, click on the main stack link. All right, it takes you straight to this page. Click on Financial Analytics. It takes you to this page. Put in the amount you want to pay. All right, now to secure your discount, click on Reserve, input the full information that you have there, and click on Pay. And that's all you need to do. That's all you need to take on. All right, and essentially that's all. Okay. So, any questions, please, you can drop it in the chat. I'll be happy to take your questions. All right. Any questions you have, and if you want to like to speak to me, you want to, ask your questions, and you want to, yes, you can always raise up your hand, and I will ask you to unmute. So just briefly, before we call it a day, I don't want to take too much of a time. I promised 2 hours, and I want to keep it to. I know we're shy of 2 hours just by minutes now, but I just want to take our time to show you the Google Classroom. Okay, so you see how your learning process is going to look like. Okay, Google Classroom. All right, so all the materials, everything about the training program is all stored in what we call the Google Classroom. So I'm going to look at the guys that started in February, the guys that just started, the guys that started in the month of February. So we run this training program every single month. All right, so for the month of February, the guys that started in February, I'm going to show you what they've been able to achieve in just 2 weeks. All right, so they have the problem solving class. All right, problem solving. As a data analyst, as a financial analyst, you need to be able to problem solve in the sense that if a business is going through something like the solution that we looked at today, before you came up with a solution, you need to investigate each critical part of the project. First of all, why is reporting slow? All right. Why do people send emails to people to track their budget and sales? How do we come up with a solution? How do you structure it? All right, and there are different strategies you can deploy. The most methodology, the most used methodology for data analysts, financial analysts is what we call CRIPS DM, cross industry standard process for data mining. So these are the things, methodology that you get to learn, you get to work with. Okay. You see every session is recorded, so you get full access to the recording. These are the watch me do it videos I talked about earlier. Okay, so module slides and data sets, module videos. So you see here module 1, module 2, module 3, 4, 5, and all the way to 6. So you see these are bite-sized videos that shows you how to work on your set, how to improve your skill set at your own pace. So you see the videos are not very long. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 17 minutes, 18 minutes, maximum 20, 25 minutes. All right. So you can learn at your own pace. You can learn at your own pace. Now, after the watch me do it videos, you have a live class. Okay. You can see the mentorship session, interview simulation. All right. So you see it's an interview simulation mentorship session. So for people that are looking to get jobs, and want to go for interviews, you need to have good interview skills. So let me show you one of the videos. Okay, let me show you let me see if it's gonna play. It's gonna be about a 2-hour video. It's 2-hour recording. All right. So okay. So this is working now. So this is an interview preparation session. So this is Kenneth Nwokoro. Okay, applied for. I think this was a data analyst position. Okay, so this was a live session with everybody, watching the process of an interview process.
Obviously, technical. Of course, business intelligence means that we have to do quite a lot of data analytics. Mapping, getting
contribute to our team success.
To have all of these skills, because I understand that Tenalytics we'll be building a number of applications.
Long story short here is basically an interview preparation session. Okay, so what we do is simulate a real life interview. We get people to apply for it, and they get shortlisted, and we interview them so that everybody learns from the process of interviewing. All right, so that's an interview simulation that you have there. Excel live classes. So you see, they're giving you've gotten the Watch Me Do It videos that would enable you practice on your own. Then you have a live class that is project based. So you see, you have case study. All right, you have different case studies. Case 3, complete your class task. All right. So you see, these are the things that you get: class materials, and I'm going to show you the project you worked on in class. This is the first class. This is the first live class. So you see here, Excel class 1, first live class, and you're already working on the case study. So case 1, you have been hired as a data analyst for a vehicle dealership in North London, UK, and you have been given a data set of 56 different brands that are sold in the dealership, and you have been asked to compute the proportion of the actual quantity served for each of the auto brands against the target quantity, which was predicted for the year 2022. So this is actual case studies. Okay. All right, case 2, the same thing, case 3, the same thing, and you get to work with those data sets on your first day in class. Okay, but how do you think you're able to achieve this on your first day? Is because of the Watch Me Do It videos that you would have practiced with. So with the Watch Me Do It videos, you learn at your own pace. Okay, and once you learn at your own pace, you have the Excel live class, which would walk you through, all the things that you learn in the Watch Me Do It video using a real life example. So you see, you get another Watch Me Do It videos. You have a mentorship session. You have drop-in sessions, and they're supposed to have their live classes this weekend. Their second class this weekend. All right. So you see, that's the beauty of everything. All right. That's the beauty of everything that you're doing. So the classes are built in a way to get you worked up, to get you understanding. All right. And that's not just it. Let me just take you to an earlier class for financial analytics. All right. So these are the guys in January. I'm going to take you through the guys in January. Okay. Guys that started in January. So you see, it's Excel capstone presentation session. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Okay. Session recording. All right. So I'm just going to show you this in 2 hours. So this is a capstone project for people that are, at the end of this training program, you get to work on the capstone project. And that's how you solidify all the things that you've learned. All right. So I'm just going to take it fast forward a bit. It's a 2-hour video, so it's going to take a bit of a time to load. But while that is loading, I'll come back to it. So you see Power BI, Watch Me Do videos, data storytelling, data visualization.
You are able to tell your story that way. Do you understand my point, Mohammed?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm following.
Yeah. All right.
You job stack.
You're just trying to look for one presentation, one of the guys' presentations, so you can see exactly.
2,800 and
you see there, this is Redux Align, and they're working on the case study. So this is them working on the case study. There's a business case, there's a business problem, and they are solving the solution. They're coming up with a solution to the business problem. All right. So these are the things that you get to learn. You get to learn. You get to build yourself on to make you very good at what you're doing. All right. So essentially, those are the things that you need to learn, and you get the important information. Job application tracker, you get links to job sites where you can apply for remote jobs, full-time jobs, and all that. All right. Even while an interview coming up, you can always book a session for an interview session. Financial analytics, CV, all right, the templates that you could use. So if at any point in time you need a CV for a financial analyst position, you can always get it from here. So there are so many things that you get from the training program, so many things that you get. The key thing is, like I mentioned earlier, it always seems impossible until somebody else does it. Now, let me just show you some success stories, and I'll call it a day on that. So some projects you get to work on. So from analytics to financial analytics, you see, You get to work on, Pastoral Technologies Workplace or Facility, all right? And these are all life case studies that have been remodeled for learning purposes, all right? Nestle Product Analytics, okay? You have online food delivery preferences. You have fraudulent transaction in the bank, employee attrition in IBM, data science salaries. You have Redux Airline. You see, one of the case studies that the presentation was on that I showed you just now was on Redux Airline, human resources data, and so on. So some of the facilitators, you have Nene, okay? So Nene currently, she's the management and leadership advisor at Harvard Business Review. She's a chartered accountant, over 6 years experience using analytical tools to guide companies in strategic operation decision making. Prior to Zillow, she currently works with Zillow as a financial planning analyst, okay? Prior to that, she worked with Dedham, KPMG, Bank of America, and Loris Development Partners, okay? And yeah. Jenas, also assistant manager at Coca-Cola, okay? Managing consultant at Capital Consulting, 7 years of experience, has worked with Coca-Cola, has worked with HRG Nigeria, Promasidor, has worked with Kingmakers, and so on and so forth. So you see, these guys are guys with a wealth of experience. At Teniola, also digital consulting, Big Four in the UK, over 5 years experience. All right, data-backed strategy, go-to-market strategy, and financial modeling. Experience covers financial services, energy, technology, and financial legal services. All right, so these are people that have a lot of experience. So this is a more daily call. People have gotten jobs, people have gotten some jobs. So this is a more daily. I'm not going to spend too much time because you have access to all these videos. All the videos are on our YouTube page.
Everyone, my name is Modele Colcrick. I'm a chartered accountant and an advertising practitioner. If you're still doubting and thinking if you should be part of Tenalytics, you are on a long time. So Tenalytics has made me achieve so many things. This week I was given an assignment, a case study, and I was able to use the learnings from Tenalytics to achieve my case study assignments. They tutor us on what to do, what to place on your LinkedIn. Apart from LinkedIn, there are other platforms that you can put yourself out there and be marketable. I'm so glad and I have no regrets to have joined Tenalytics. And also it is quite affordable. Kudos to everyone at Tenalytics. Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic. You see, that's all you need to do. Just go to our Tenalytics page. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel also. Okay. Once you just go to playlist, you will see testimonials, and we have a ton of testimonials in there. Tons and tons of testimonials. Here it is.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tinu Olatubi. Okay,
so you see, Tenalytics gave me something new. Joining Tenalytics was the best decision next year. You see a ton of testimonials. So you see this with over
HR leaders.
Sorry, just give me a second. So you could actually just come here to check it out. Okay. So with over 7 years of customer experience and being a mom, Tenalytics made tech possible for me. So you see, these are the kind of testimonials that will probably give you the motivation that you're looking for. What's this? Sorry. All right.
Hi, my name is Abimbola, and I discovered Tenalytics on Instagram. I enrolled in the HR analytics class without prior knowledge in the field. With over 7 years as a customer service officer and being a mom, I thought transitioning into tech would be impossible. But Tenalytics introduced us to a great platform where we could solve real-life problems using data analytics tools such as Advanced Excel, Power BI, SQL. The intentional approach of the fantastic coordinator, Priscilla. Priscilla is God sent. Priscilla is a great motivator. Thank you, we love you. And the fantastic facilitators in imparting knowledge is highly commendable. These people are humble in their teachings, gracious enough to help address and solve professional problems we encountered in and outside classes.
All right, so I'm not going to take too much of your time here. I said I was going to do 2 hours, okay? So essentially, you have all the proof that you need to get started. The only thing that's hindering you right now is you. Okay. So you see some of the feedback, some of the people that have gotten jobs. Solomon from engineering to get a job as a financial analyst. Victor also currently works as a financial analyst with the co-finance company. All right. The same thing with Afolabi and a ton of other people. See some of the projects you're going to work on, some of the projects you get to work with, some of this projects you get to build by yourself and deploy them. See financial models that you build personally. All right. So, like I mentioned, it always seems impossible until somebody else goes ahead to get it done. So, Oluwatosin currently works as a fraud analyst. Ikman currently works as a data analyst with the NHS, fully sponsored. Temi also works as a business analyst. So, we have a ton of people, a ton of testimonials across different aspects of people transitioning. So, the key thing is, if you're looking to transition, this is the platform to be on. All right. So on that note, I'm going to call it a day. So one last time, I'll just say before I call it a day, is if you're looking to get it started, guys, okay, all you need to do now is click the link, register, and pay the discounted amount. Don't wait till the nick of time and you end up paying the full amount. Please secure a position now by paying the discounted amount, which allows you to pay in 2 installments, first and second installment. Click on this link now to make your payment, to make that decision. All right. So anyways, that's all I'm going to do today. And we'll be calling it a day from there on. Okay. So if you had a wonderful time today, if you had a great time, if you learned something new today, I want you to say, yeah. Unmute yourself. Don't worry, you can unmute yourself now. I'm giving you permission to do that. So if you had a wonderful time, you had a great time today, and somebody say, yeah. If you learned something new, let me hear you say, yeah. Hey, my God. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to having you guys in my session in the financial analytics training program. All right. So thank you very much. Oh, awesome. Thanks for that. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying with me for the past 2 hours. And I hope it was worth your while. And I'll be looking forward to having you in the main training program.
Are you going to share a recording, please?
Yes, we would. We'll share the recording to you. As long as you filled the attendance, you will get the recording. All right. And even as long as you're here today, you will get the recording. All right. So thank you very much, guys. I had a wonderful time. I had lovely interactions, lovely meeting you. Some of the guys are attending for the first time. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Thank you.